Hey everybody, this is Mama Sue, and today we're going to be making some cool little casual earrings. This is what we're making. Now, I've made other earrings similar to this that have all the links in between them. Like here's one that I made with just different kinds of beads on that one. And then this one has, these are seeds. I don't know what kind of seeds they are, but they're different kinds of seeds. I have a whole container of just different kinds of seeds that have holes in them that they've made into beads. And I don't even know where I got them. But anyway, this is what we're going to be making today. So let's get this started. Now what you're going to be needing, it's not that much. We're not going to get any special type of wire out or anything like that. We need 3 pieces of wire, and we're going to use it out of these right here. We're going to use the big seed and the big bead that is a seed. I was going to say seed beads, but that's not seed beads. But it is. Well, and then I've got this one. I don't know what kind of apricot shaped, but it's not quite. And then just a regular metal ball. And there it is. Now this is real simple, real casual, and you know, you can wear that with just about anything, just being casual. It's nice to have something that's not too long, and it's not too dressy. Now this one is a little more dressy, but it's still casual with the different kinds of stones. And I've got stones, and I've got beads and stones mainly in there. Okay, let me show you what we're going to do. Well, what we got to do is we got to take one of these, just the flat nose. This is the flat nose. See that little flat place on it? That's what we're going to start with. And we're going to put our first bead on there. And here's the first bead. We put it on just like that. Then we're going to take our pliers, our round nose pliers. And I don't know how I misplaced them. Oh, they're on the other side. Oh, I'm going to use these ones because they're handy. They're here. And I'm going to put it right about here. And I'm going to, and that's about 2/8. And I'm going to push it down toward you. Then I'm going to turn my pliers, and now I'm pulling it back toward me. Just like that. Now I've got to turn my pliers just like this so that I can finish going around that circle. Now I'm all the way around. See there? All the way around. Now the only thing I have to do is get a hold of this and wrap this around and around a couple times. Let me see how many times. Yeah, it was wrapped 2 times on this one, and I think that's about perfect for this one too. Yes. So let me get my pliers, and I'm going to hang on to that little circle there. See the little circle right there? That little circle is what you're going to want to get a hold on, and don't get it in the way of your wire at all, and just start twisting and go 1 and 2, and I don't want to go much more than that. I might have made this too tall. Let me check. Now I need to check and see how things are on this side to make sure they're still the same size. And yes, they are still the same size, because these, when you do these parts here and you're connecting them together, some of the seeds aren't going to be the same size. So you got to just like play with it, put a couple extra wraps if you have to make sure that it's going to be long enough or short enough. I'll show you what I mean. Now I'm gonna cut this extra little piece off of here. Well, I knew I had them right next to me and I couldn't find them. Now that's that little piece I just took off. Now I'm going to just kind of squash it a little bit. Oop. If I can get a hold of it. There's one little place right there that needs to be squashed down. And that's what I'm doing right now. Now let me see these together. And I pretty much like where they are right now. So now I'm going to go ahead and start on the next bead. The next bead, I take another one of these wires here, and I take the next bead right here, and we're using this kind of wire now. And we start putting it in the seed on the bottom. I think it's an eye pin. And then I'm going to come up here and do the same thing I did before. Let me see about how much room is there. Oh, I did this one a little bit different. Oh, no, it's not. There it is. It's wrapped. Okay, I just wanted to check that. I set this up a couple days ago and just didn't get around to getting it taken care of. Now I'm just going to go down to the tip on this, because that's how the other one looks. Then I'm going to come up and make my circle. Move my pliers so that, see how I just moved the pliers a little bit? Moved them right up here so that I can get that wire to go the rest of the way around to the other side. Now it's ready to wind. See there? Now I'm going to put this up to, I'm going to hook this on to this piece here. And on this one, I can actually hook it to the bottom, because this one opens. All the bottom part on this one opens. So I don't have to be afraid of not putting the wire on. And what's kind of nice is you can adjust the size by this too when you're done, because you can make that smaller and cut off a little bit if it's too big. Now I'm hanging on to that piece there, and I'm going to go 1 and kind of 2. That's kind of a tight one, but let's go ahead and get that. I'm going to cut that little end off. And then I'm going to squash that tail right out of my face. There it is. Straighten my wire. Now I want to see them next to each other and see where they are. A good way to see if these are the right size is to take yourself just some kind of a wire and put it right through the hoops here. Then you can look at them together and see if you've got them the right length. See there? Now these are pretty darn close, so I'm not unhappy with these at all, because those are very close to the right size. Oop, I lost them. There it is. Now we got to put the last one on is right here. Now see how fast this earring is to make? And I'm not actually hurrying. And then we're going to do the last one. We're going to put our little metal bead on there, our little spacer bead. And we're going to, now now we're going to do the same thing we did on the last one. We did the same thing here. So I am going to bend that toward you, turn around, bend it toward me, move my needle, my pliers, so that I can finish wrapping around the bead. Now I'm at this point again. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab onto this right there. And I'm just going to wrap it around a couple times. There we go. Now I'm going to cut that extra piece off. And squash it down. And then I open up this bottom. Just like that. Always out, not open like this. Don't want to weaken that wire. Now I'm going to grab it and just kind of snuggle it right up where it was. And check and see if these are all the same size again, because right now I got to check and make sure they're the right size, because right now is the important time, because it's the last point to where I'll know if it's the right size or not. But I think I'm pretty darn close. Ooh, I'm pretty close, but I am a little short on this side. I'm a little short on this side. See there? So how I'm going to size that is I am going to come down to the bottom of this little nut right here. And I am going to cut a piece out of that and make that hole smaller right there. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'll cut a piece right out of there, just like that. See how I got a little space in there? I don't know if you can see that. Wait, let me show you this way. See how I cut a piece off? Now I'm going to make that smaller again by putting my needle nose, my round nose pliers in there, and I'm just going to turn it until it touches the seed. Okay, now I made it a little smaller. Now I'm going to check and see how close it is. But that's how you size these ones. Oop, wrong place. Well, I'm close, but not as close as I want to be. So I'm going to take a little bit off. This one now. Right there. See that little one right there? That's the one I'm going to take a little bit off. Now the open side's over here. You want to make sure you're taking a little bit off the open side. So I am going to pull that open to make sure that I've got the open side. Yep, that's the open side right there. So I'm going to cut some off that. Yeah, but if you have odd size beads, you've got to have a way of changing the size of these. That's why I leave the bottom where it's in where you can change it with like an open ring. Okay, I'm bringing that up there. Okay. By George, I think I got it there. Watch me go break it. Okay. Now I am going to stick this on here, and we'll check it for the last time. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last time, because it'll look the same size when you've got it on your necklaces. Oh, it is the same size. Look at that. See there? Pull it the other way. See there? Now they came out the right size. But all I did was I took some off this piece right here to make that a little bit shorter, so that it would be closer to the right size. Then I took a little off this one to make it the right size. And that's the way I changed the length. And that's the way I changed the length on that. Now all we got to do is put the wire on. And we'll be done with this pair. I think I'm going to enjoy this pair. Okay, where'd my ear wire go? Oh, I thought it was right here on my well, I'll just grab another one. If you can't find it, grab another one. Okay, I'm going to twist this before I go anywhere, because I don't like this like this. You know I don't like the earring wires where you put that in your ear and that goes straight down on the back of your ear and your earring sticks out. So I like to pull that down. So I grab onto it here and I hold it real careful. I don't squash it. I just hold it and twist. I just twisted that a little bit. Now when it goes on my ear, it's going to lay down straight. But because I took that kink out of there, now I've got to add some glue so that the beads won't fall off. See the bead and the spring? I want to make sure that bead and the spring stay on there. So I put a lot of glue. Put that piece and then put this piece. Now that crazy glue ought to do it. No, it has all my others. Now to save some time, I'm going to go ahead and stick this on now. I'm going to open this. Now when I open these, it's straight up like this. I never pull it straight out, because if I pull it straight out, it's going to weaken the wire and it could break when you're trying to close it. Now I stuck this on. There's no front or back to this one because of the way I made it. So I can stick that right on there. Ordinarily, you'd put the front on first. Face the front toward the opening. And there we go. Now we have a beautiful pair of earrings that's just like really casual, and that's a really cool looking blue. It's all in. So I really like that color blue. But this will make a nice casual pair of earrings. I love it. And then we got that one. And then here's the other one I made. And I want to show you, this was made the same way. See here? This was made the same way, except I had to size this as, I did this one a little differently. I just, on the wires, I just rolled them over and just tucked them near the hole on each one, even on the top. So I was able to add or take away length real easy with this one. See there? Now there's a big hole in there, so I was able to go up real close to the hole. And then this one, it just kind of goes in the hole. But all that is each side being rolled. Let me show you that. I'll just grab something and do it. Here's a bead. Okay, here we got one right here. Let me stick because I want you to know how to do that. What I did is I took wire. I didn't use the pins. I took wire, and I went about 1/4 up on the pliers, and I normally mark it there because then my earrings all come out the same. Now, until it touches the other side, then I pull it down. Then I've got my eye pin. Now, you can use eye pins if you like. I mean, this is an eye pin, but I had both ends cut off. Now I'm going to stick this on here. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to stick it in right like that. Now I'm going to see how that's on there now. Now I'm going to show you the other side. And this is the way I did these. I went ahead and I cut off. Oh, I left about just a little over 1/4 inch there. And I took this side of my pliers. I want to put it in that same place if I can. And then I just started twisting till it touched my wire. Well, it didn't touch. There it is. I made my hole a little smaller, but that's the way you do it. Okay, there's one side, and there's the other side, and you can open both ends. And if you can open both ends, you can change the size of your beads when you're putting them together like that. One day I'll show you how to do a bracelet like this, because the bracelets are very simple to make. And they're really pretty, especially if you use some glass beads in there. Well, anyway, that's what I got for you today, and you have a wonderful night, and God bless and keep you safe.